right, the Softlock brought to you by our friends over at W. Use code GameMarksPod to save yourself 10% at W.GG to get yourself some delicious, jitterless energy. The Softlock is a weekly segment where one of our mega marks from our Patreon gives us a question to answer, a topic to debate. It's a question of the name with a fancy name. This week, the question comes from Mr. Best Batch Promotions himself, the Elder Spork. And Spork's question is, there's a lot of Dynasty talk after the Super Bowl, and what would John and I consider as a video game dynasty? And he threw a little curveball. He said, hard mode. You can't pick Madden or Call of Duty.
I don't know if I would consider Madden a dynasty because it's hard to pick out the good ones.
What's the criteria for a dynasty in the sense of a video game?
I'm going to look up the exact definition. A line of heredity, rulers of a country, not that one. A succession of people from the same family who play a prominent role in business, politics, or another field. I say just kind of...
Like a series of games that has multiple hits in a row.
Yeah. I mean, you got to go with Resident Evil and Final Fantasy.
I don't know about Final Fantasy.
No? Are there some stinkers? I've never played them.
Personally, I think that Final Fantasy is a great dynasty, but I don't know what the number of consecutive games that warrant it to be a dynasty. If it's 3 or more, you're good.
Yeah,
but I know that there are some people with some very, very strong opinions about some of the, like, once they start getting into the double digits about, like, you know, where they start changing a lot of things. But I personally, I like Final Fantasy.
Tony Hawk.
Tony Hawk's a good one. Tony Hawk's a real good one, actually.
Zelda.
Yeah, Zelda's a good one. Zelda's a good one, and it spans multiple consoles. Pokemon.
Yeah. So, the thing about that, I hear new ones on the horizon. A new Pokemon. There's been some chatter.
They just released, or not just, but a couple months ago, they released the DLC for the current one on the Switch.
I heard some chatter. Something I was reading this week.
Okay.
If you start, say now, with the one on the Switch or one that comes out next.
Yeah.
Are you lost because now there's like 9,000 Pokemon?
Nope. So the cool thing about how they handle the game is that it's all like, yeah, there's always new things to catch and legendaries and stuff like that. But the story, unless it is like a direct sequel, like you had, I think they had Black and White, and then they did Black and White 2.
Didn't even know those existed.
Which I believe I don't think I played those, which I may have to go back and do. But I do believe that those are continuations of the same story, where for the most part, for the ones that I have played, all the storyline is contained within the game. And then for the newer ones, they release a DLC. But they're doing some like really, really crazy things on the Switch, with how they're like changing how things work. And, you know, now you can like have them out and walk around with you. You can ride on them, and like they become like all the things that you would see them do in the cartoon, like you could do in the game now. Like you can ride on Pokemon and use it to like cross bodies of water, and you can get on the back of certain ones and fly. Like,
was this the short version?
No, that was just me.
So my question was, like, you know how in Silver you can go back to Kanto?
Yeah.
Like in the new ones, do you go back every single one?
No.
That was my question.
Sorry.
Anyway, you know what
I thought you were just talking about like the things themselves.
You know what else is a dynasty that I'm going to say right now? The AKI games.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
All the WCW games through WrestleMania, through VPW, through No Mercy. I'm throwing it in there.
No, I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right. Would you say... What about Halo or Gears?
I'm out of Gears for a while. Like, I haven't played the new one, and Judgment Day, like, kind of sucked. They're also... I don't know. Now there's all the talk about them not being exclusive to Xbox anymore, which is crazy.
Wow.
I guess, yeah. I would say they're a dynasty. I suppose. I don't know. There's so many. I mean, we could keep naming like sequels and sequels, but Halo for sure, I think.